And if you thought squatters were a problem in your state, well, they're no problem for New York State because according to this, squatters might have more rights than the actual homeowner. Cut number 8.
That's not surprising.
No.
He went out of town for 3 weeks and came back to a bill from the water company.
I call them up and say, well, what's going on? I said, we were talking about turning off the water. And they said, well, we can't. Somebody's living in the house. So I thought for sure there must be some mistake.
But when he showed up to the house, what he found shocked him. There were cars in the driveway and people inside.
I went and banged on the door. And a couple came and opened the door. And I said, no, we're living here. We have a lease.
John learned that in New York State, you cannot legally lock a squatter out of your home or turn off utilities. And once a squatter is there for 30 days, they are classified as a tenant, whether you want them there or not.
And there you, if you didn't think, if that's not a reason to get out of New York State,
What's surprising about that?
I don't know what is.
But
I mean, the illegal has more is thought of as more virtuous than the citizen. Why should this be any different?
wasn't there a case in Nassau County recently? The person was in there, was it 16 years illegally in the guy's house?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But I wanted to get your feedback because again, your background in real estate. You know,
David, go ahead. What do you do?
seeing
About
some of this
landlord-tenant relations and how the courts view it?
No, about that situation. What do you do? If that's a David Zier property.
You make them an offer they can't refuse.
You send Vinny Meatballs over there to knock on the door and say,
Took
okay,
the words right out of my mouth.
Hey, come here. I got something for you.
that's the only thing you do.
Pizza delivery. We got a guy,
You're in the box.
the Giorno. It's at home.
Talk about pizza crust.
Yeah, we got a guy for that. My
I got some
father.
DNA in that pizza
My
crust.
father had a friend named Lenny Gorilla. He had no neck. He had no neck. A
No neck
sweatsuit.
Lenny.
It was like a block.
Right.
Yeah, Vinny Meatballs. I actually
here,
knew
you.
someone called Vinny Meatballs.
But-
Send Vinny Meatballs over there.
But it's the way it's been going, even for
He'll
debt
be
collection.
gone about 5 minutes.
Right.
Landlords have been losing their rights.
Use all the water you want.
In New York City, the landlord courts used to be friendly to the landlords, but that's all changed. It's very hard to be in business to own properties. It could take you legally once you contact the sheriffs. It could take you like 2 years to get someone out of your house, even after the warrant's executed. So it's a tough problem.
You said pizza delivery. Pizza delivery.
I got a bag of donuts.
That's a good way to get into the house. Pizza delivery. I don't remember. Oh, boy.
Exactly. Who's going to turn down a
What do
free
you want to get
pizza?
tombstone?
Right?
My father grew up in
Time
Brooklyn.
to leave.
My father had a friend
you
named
want on
Crazy
your
Mike.
tombstone?
He still had a bullet in his head. Somebody shot him in the head, and he was walking around with a bullet in his head. He was crazy.
Did you say DiGiorno? Pizza delivery. DiGiorno.
It's not delivery.
Oh, yeah, Little Caesars here. Open up.
Pizza.
So, I grew up with Lenny Montana, who played Luca Brasi in The Godfather.
Of course he did.
He was the mass marvel in the 60s. He was a wrestler, and he was in Evil Dead. He was the janitor after Luca Brasi. He needed work, but he really was a collector. He used to show up at your door. He was like 6'9". He had hands like they were like baskets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. I don't think he was violent.
Choice A is you leave, and here's choice B.
Choice B.
Take choice A. Those are your choices.
Hey, I take
That's how
the
you
door
deal.
off.
That's how you deal with that situation in New York, because they're certainly not going to help you as that. I mean, all joking aside, though. That story is insane.
It's insanity.
Insane.
And the
now
homeowner-
they're a tenant. Oh, really?
In New York State, you're considered a tenant after you've stolen the property.